name is Debbie, or that's what it is that I'm called. That's my nickname. My real name is Deborah. It's Deborah. I'm finding my hair is not fluffy enough for me right now, so I'm kind of messing with it. So hang on a second. No boundaries. Okay, is that better? I like it. I wanted to welcome you to my warm, wet coffeecups, etc.com. I think it's a rather clever name, and I hope that it's clever enough that you remember it, so you'll be able to come back and visit. And this is my main web page, and usually what I've been doing online is I've been doing stuff that James and I both do together, but this time we agreed that this one would be mine. It's my hobby. This is what it is that I do. I have 11 web pages attached here, and you'll find that there are literally thousands of pictures attached here. On my Flickr account, I do believe I have something like, well, I know it's over 8,000 photos. So if you really want to kick back and just watch pictures and enjoy and get to know us some in different phases of our life, then you're more than welcome. That's what they're there for, and I hope that you enjoy them. I hope that you enjoy everything that I do, and I guess that's kind of delusional in itself, because not everybody's going to like everything you do, but that's okay. And if you get nervous about coming by to say hello, don't worry about it. You know, the worst thing that can happen is I can be too upset, or because I have severe social anxiety, so sometimes it gets hard for me to socialize. This is a really big challenge for me to do. And people worry about being themselves, and don't worry about being yourself. If you want to say that you like my tits, say that you like my tits. If you want to have a request, say it. The most that can happen is that I won't do it. And no worries, no harm done, you know, no problem. I am a very open-minded human being, and being yourself when you come and say hey is the best thing you can do. It helps me to get to know you better, and I think that the closer we can come to being who we are, the more unique as individuals we can be. And I think the uniqueness of each of us as individuals is really an amazing thing, and I really enjoy watching people's personalities and how they act and what they do. That's part of who I am, just like building web pages, and which I do over and over and over and over because I enjoy doing it. I'm basically self-taught at it, but I enjoy doing the web pages. I enjoy doing the photography. I enjoy doing the writing, and it all kind of comes together in the same type of venue. And this page is made to pull all of it together now. I'm not sure I said it was for my coffee cups at first, but that wasn't enough for me. I paid for my own domain for the very first time, and I've got my own domain, and I really like that. So I thought I'd use it for more than what it is that I originally planned to use it for. So I kind of tried to integrate it into everything that I do, and I hope that I did a good enough job. Pardon me while I light my cigarette. I'm always lighting cigarettes. You can tell me that I should quit the two, that's fine, you know, but that does not mean I'm going to. My doctor, my mental health doctor actually told me, she said, it probably won't be very good for you to quit because you're self-medicating, and that's something that you need. And because of my mental health issues, I guess, she thinks that I can't quit, and she's probably right. And she just told me to cut back, so I'm working on cutting back. I'm not doing a very good job at that either. It turns out that I'm actually smoking more, so I have to cut back at some point, and I will. But this web page, it has 11 pages attached to it. You'll find that there's my live journal, and I've kept that for 12 years. And if you want to talk to the person that's been here with me the longest at live journal, it would be Dwayne. That would be Leffen One. I've been talking to him for about 12 years online, and he's been there through thick and thin with me. And I would like to be able to get to know other people that want to go through thick and thin, and you know, tell me what's going on in your life. I'd like to know. It helps me to identify who you are better, and kind of remind me, oh, this is what I said before, and this is what I'm saying now. If you can do that, or send me pictures and stuff so I can see your face. And don't just worry about sending one set. Send pictures every now and then as you get them and stuff, or write every now and then as you want to say something and say hi. I don't know a lot of people in the real world, and well, actually I do, but I find this to be the kind of outlet where I can be myself completely and totally, and I enjoy it when other people are themselves completely and totally too. So don't apologize to me for being yourself. That ain't nothing to apologize for. Um, so I have my live journal, and that is actually the best place to get a hold of me at, to say hello. If you want to write something down and say hey, the guest book in On Cameras is on www.com is a little harder for me to answer because I'm not quite as at home in that venue as I am in my live journal. I do keep my guest book open because I want people to come by and say hi, and I do read every one of them. It's just that sometimes my social anxiety really gets in the way, and I get scared to even open it. Don't ask me why, but I do. Sometimes I do that with live journal too. That's just the way it is. I get past it, and then I try and go on and answer and say hey to the people who have taken the time to say hey to me. I think that's a great thing to do, and I enjoy doing it. Let me see. Got the live journal, www.com. Home videos to say hello. That's because I wanted a better way to reach out and say hey. And I thought that was a good idea, and it turns out that that's called a video blog. I didn't know that. But it adds a whole new dimension to saying hello. And that's part of the reason that I'm making this video to put on my own domain web page, because I want to bring you a little closer in and let you be more comfortable there, and get to know me a little more, stuff like that. Hang on. I'll put that cigarette down. Hang on a second. I have my web page open here, and it'll help me if I can look at it. Nope, it's not open anymore. Okay. The other outlets that I have are pictures that I've taken. I have thousands of pictures on Flickr, and I do mean thousands. I believe there are over 8,000 pictures there. I haven't really kept track of how many there are, and 8,000 was a while ago, so I may have more than that, and I may not. I've kind of switched from using a digital camera as much as I have to using my cam and taking pictures and doing videos with it, and then doing just the regular cam every day. We do get up every morning that we're here, and say good morning to people and sit with them, and we enjoy doing that. And that's part of the reason that the coffee cups came about, was because we sit every morning, and James usually has coffee and I have soda, and we collect coffee cups. So I happen to like coffee cups, and I happen to like magnets. I collect magnets too. So I did things that I like. And don't worry about buying them if you can't or don't want to. That's no big deal. It's the main thing I like about it is that it's a neat place to put my art. To me, it's better than taking it and hanging it on a wall and leaving it in a flat dimension like that. I think putting it like on a coffee cup and something you can use makes it better. So I'm just trying to make it better. And you will find that I do a lot of different web pages, designs, and pictures and stuff, and I do something and then I get kind of bored of it after a while, and I find that I want to try approaching it from a different angle, so I try something else and something new, and I'm actually kind of hoping that settles down. I'd like to be able to build something that stayed, so that people could get comfortable in it and kind of feel a little bit more at home here too. I think that switching it around all the time makes you feel less at home, less comfortable. I guess that's about it. I can't think of anything. I guess if you want to know me a little better, I am 40 years old. I was born in Phoenix, Arizona. I was raised in Saudi Arabia, so I was raised in a country that was the kind of place where we all talked funny, and we all had funny accents. We all did speak English, and I went to school there, and I had my own home with my family there. And we got to travel once a year, so I've been to Germany, Austria, Switzerland, England twice, Thailand twice. I got to spend a month in China with the school group that I was in. That was awesome. In fact, I ordered this dress off eBay and got it from China. I think that's kind of neat. eBay, that's a whole nother story. I like shopping on eBay, it's fun. Then I don't have to get out of the house, and I have a kind of a fear of getting out of the house, so it makes it fun. Here's my tattoo if anybody wants to see it. On our CAM page, under our statistics, I do explain what it is that the symbolism is, but I'll take the time here real quick. This one is the moon. The crescent moon is when the moon is waxing or coming into light, and that is for the maiden. This tattoo, the whole thing represents celebrating the life of a woman. And this one would represent the full moon. See, she's got a spiral right here, and that represents pregnancy as well as like the circle of life and growth. I had a Native American teacher once who said if you take a circle and you set it on its side, it turns into a spring. And life kind of builds itself that way. It goes around and around and around, and it cycles itself, but it tends to build layers on top of itself. But that represents life. And then her arms in a circle also represents the full moon. And then this one is a waning crescent moon, which means that the light is going out of it, and there's still some light, obviously. And that's for the woman's stage of a crone, or being an older woman, and hopefully she's wise. And we expect them to be wise, and hopefully maybe someday I'll be, who knows. I'm lucky enough to get there. I'd kind of like to be old someday. And then I added 3 stars. There's one here, one here, and one here. This one is for my daughter. This one is for my older son. You find it's right there. And this one is for my youngest son. They're 21, 18, and 4, and I am very proud of my children. I never really worked. I spent time at home being a house mom and a housewife, and that was my world. So that's what really means a lot to me and what I built my life doing. This is my play toy, my fun, my hobby. And I'm going to take another drag of my cigarette. Put it down so it's not in the way. Let me see. I was married twice. I have been married twice. The first time I was married for 16 years, and that's where I got my first 2 children from. And then I met James about 7 years ago at the worst time in my life, and it was a really bad time for him too. And we came together, and we just came together spiritually as 2 human beings, and we really have a lot of love and respect and kindness between us. And he does support me in doing all of this webpage stuff. And you won't see just me doing it all the time, even though it has just my name on it now, and we decided to do that. He's always going to be by my side doing this as long as I can possibly do it that way. Anyway, I guess that's about it for an introduction to this webpage. Hope you enjoy it, and that it's a good place for you to go to find all the stuff I have from everywhere. And I'll always send peace and love to you. On each little cup that I made, I put peace and love, XOXO Debbie. I think this world needs more of it, so I think that's our answer to everything. So I put that on each of my cups, and I signed them for me. And I guess that's about it. I just wanted to say hello, like I said. So I hope you have a good day, a good night, a good evening, a good morning,